Hello everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Catherine and I post language and travel videos on this channel, and if you have been following me for a while, you know that I studied German for 7 years at school, but then I had a very big break. It was about 6 or 7 years that I didn't study at all, or just studied very minimally and just dabbled in a language to review here and there and learn a few new words or do it on Duolingo. But then at the end of October last year, I decided to relearn the German language and bring it to the next level and finally become fluent in the language. And I also made a video where I explained why I want to learn German again and how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna leave it down below so you can go check it out. But in today's video, I wanted to give you my 11-month update. At the beginning, my goal was to get out of that false beginner stage, and so I used a lot of different apps like Duolingo, Drops, Quizlet. I was also watching a lot of easy German videos and translating words and phrases I didn't know, and that helped me a lot and helped me ease my way back into German language, and it worked at the beginning. But now that I am past that stage, I just do whatever I feel like doing. So for example, one day I would feel like doing Nico's Weg, and then another day I would just watch some YouTube videos or read a book. Or I've also attended a few Lingota classes here and there, and so I don't have a set and structured plan that I follow, but I just do whatever I feel like doing, and it seems to be working for me, so I am just continuing to do that. So now let's get into each category. I can say that my listening has improved a lot, and now there are occasions where I understand pretty much everything that's being said in a podcast or an episode, but unfortunately that's not always the case, and there are still times when I am struggling. Sometimes it's still really hard to follow a movie or a YouTube video that's created for German speakers and not learners, and I'm trying not to use subtitles because I tend to just focus on reading the subtitles instead of listening to what's being said. So I enjoy it a lot more when I just listen, even if I don't understand every single word. Another thing I still really struggle with is understanding when Germans speak with each other. So when there is one person speaking, I can understand pretty good. For example, when I lived in Bay of Plenty, I had a German roommate, and when she was on her phone with her friends or relatives and she was talking about her day or anything really, I would understand quite a bit. But when they get together and they start speaking, it's just like a completely different language. It sounds like Chinese to me, and I just can't follow. For example, there was this one time when these two German girls knocked on the door and came into our room to talk to my roommate, and they were talking about how they don't have a car to get to work tomorrow, and they asked my roommate if she could give them a lift. But the only thing I could understand from that conversation was "Hallo, wie geht's?" when they came in and asked me how I'm doing. I felt so stupid that moment, but I think we need to understand that when natives speak, they tend to speak very fast, and they obviously use words that you wouldn't know as a learner, and there's so many different slang words that they use, especially young people. I don't know, I dream of that day when I understand what Germans say to each other. But for now, I am struggling with it so much, and I'm honest with you, I am not gonna lie that I understand everything perfectly if I don't. Thank you, Wellington Wind. And it's not like I am not trying to improve this skill. I am trying to listen to all kinds of different podcasts and watch different videos and movies, but even with that, there is still so much space for improvement. I think reading is one of my stronger sides now. I remember back in October when I just started, I was so scared to pick up a German book. I was scared that I wouldn't understand anything. I don't want to say I've read a lot of books. I've read like 6 books, which is not a lot at all, but it is so much more than I used to. And now it's so much easier for me to just pick up a book, or just when I'm scrolling on Pinterest and I see something in German, I would like go and read the blog post without a problem, you know. Whereas 11 months ago, it felt like a nightmare, and it makes me very happy, even though of course I don't understand every single word, and sometimes there are texts where I don't even understand the context. I don't even understand what is going on in the text, but that is okay. Of course, there is always space for improvement, and as long as I continue reading more and more, I am sure that my skills will improve. But it just makes me proud and happy that I've come this far, and I am not afraid to pick up a book or read something online. So going forward, I want to read as many books in German as possible. Ideally, it would be at least 1 book per month. I think even if I don't read as many books in the future, I still really want to read more and more articles and blog posts. Not news though, because news give me a lot of anxiety, but different articles about history, culture, politics, different things that would expand my vocabulary. Unfortunately, I haven't been writing as much as I should in German, and it's not because I don't know how to write in German or that I don't have topics to write about. I always have something to say, and I always have something to write about. I think I am just lazy to sit down and write, and I can never find time. And I know it's a very lame excuse, but I'm very open about it. And am I ashamed? Yes. But am I going to try to improve that? Yes. But for now, it is what it is. So I have written a few diary entries about my day and how my traveling is going. And recently, I've also written a few book reviews. I don't know how good they are, and I haven't checked the grammar though. Yeah, but it was something that I was writing, and maybe I should try writing some short stories or focus more on writing about my daily life. I really need to get back into habit of writing in foreign languages. As I said, I am just lazy. And maybe one of the reasons why I don't want to write as much is because I still make a lot of grammar mistakes, a lot of silly grammar mistakes, especially with accusative and dative cases. And it's like beginner grammar, but I still struggle with it as intermediate. And so making those mistakes is just painful, and I just don't want to suffer like that. Okay, speaking, my least favorite topic. One thing I can say for sure is that Germans make it really, really, really hard for foreigners to speak their language. One, there are a lot of Germans that say things like, "Why are you learning German? Why do you need it? It's literally spoken in 3 countries in the world. You don't need German." And then they see you're struggling with German and they switch to their perfect English, and you don't have opportunity to speak German, even though there are Germans all around the world. Like, I've met Germans everywhere. They are literally everywhere. So it's not that it's hard to find speakers, it's just that native speakers make it hard for foreigners. They like, you know, for example, when I was studying in Lithuania and I would start speaking with someone and I would tell them, "Oh, it's not my first language, I am learning Lithuanian," they would be so happy and they would like help you. But with Germans, I am sorry if I'm offending anyone. I don't know, I've always faced so much negativity when it comes to German language. They just don't like it for some reason, or like at least the ones that I have met. And like on one hand, I totally understand it. They want to practice their English, but sometimes you have to help people speak your language if they are trying to learn it. You know what I mean? But it's not that I haven't spoken German at all. When I started traveling in February, I was in Berlin for a day and I actually checked into my hostel completely in German. Did I understand every single word the receptionist said? No, but I still did that, and I also asked for directions, and I also spoke to a salesperson in a train station shop, and it made me so happy. And as I mentioned, I've also taken a few Lingoda classes. I've had one kind of private class. It wasn't a private class, but I was the only person who rolled in, so it was like a private class. And then since then I have taken a few more classes, but unfortunately I can't really afford that now. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of speaking opportunities. I've also done a little bit of shadowing and speaking to myself, and I think I'm gonna stick to that for a little while before I get more confident and I can actually speak to Germans. Okay, I think I've covered everything. I don't know how the next year is gonna go, and I certainly don't think I will be fluent in a year, but moving forward, I want to consume as much native content as possible. I want to read as much as possible because I know reading helps me learn languages, and yeah, we will just see how it goes, and I will definitely film an update in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!